top five. I go LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Giannis, Luka Doncic, and Jason Tatum.
The wait is finally over. After years of anticipation, endless qualification matches, and countless predictions from fans and pundits alike, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is here. For the first time in history, the tournament will be hosted across 3 countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and with 48 teams competing, this promises to be the biggest World Cup the sport has ever seen. More teams mean more stories, more surprises, more underdogs, and perhaps more chaos than we've ever witnessed on football's biggest stage. Over the next few weeks, the football world will become completely obsessed with one question: who will lift the trophy? Many people already think they know the answer. Some believe defending champions Argentina have enough quality and experience to make another deep run. Others see Spain's young stars and technical brilliance as the formula for success. France continue to possess one of the strongest squads in international football, while traditional giants like Germany, Portugal, and Brazil are determined to prove they still belong among the elite. But before a single champion is crowned, there are several storylines that deserve far more attention than they're receiving. And perhaps the biggest one involves England. Every major tournament seems to begin the same way for England supporters. Hope starts to build. Expectations rise. Fans convince themselves that maybe, just maybe, this will finally be the year. Then reality arrives. For decades, England have carried the weight of one extraordinary achievement and countless disappointments. Their only World Cup triumph came back in 1966. Since then, generation after generation of talented players have attempted to recreate that success. None have managed it. What's remarkable is that England often arrive at major tournaments with squads that appear capable of winning everything. World-class players, massive depth, Premier League stars in every position. Yet somehow the ending always feels familiar. This year's tournament is no different. On paper, England have enough talent to compete with anyone. The bookmakers continue to rank them among the favorites. Their squad includes players performing at the highest level for some of Europe's biggest clubs. But many supporters remain unconvinced. Part of the uncertainty comes from manager Thomas Tuchel's selections. Several choices sparked debate almost immediately, with some fans questioning whether experience was valued too highly over form and momentum. Others simply look at history. England's recent performances in major tournaments have often shown promise, but when the competition reaches its most demanding stages, they frequently struggle to take that final step. And even if they navigate their groups successfully, the road ahead looks incredibly difficult. The knockout rounds are packed with elite nations capable of ending England's dream in a single night. France, Spain, Argentina, Brazil, Portugal, Germany. The margin for error is practically non-existent. One poor performance, one defensive mistake, one missed opportunity, and another tournament could slip away. That doesn't mean England aren't capable of making a deep run. It simply means that winning a World Cup is far more difficult than many people realize. And that's why another nation deserves far more attention heading into this tournament. Brazil. For a country with 5 World Cup titles, expectations never disappear. Yet despite remaining one of football's traditional powerhouses, Brazil have not lifted the trophy since 2002. That's an eternity by Brazilian standards. The pressure to end that drought has been building for years. This time, however, there is genuine reason for optimism. One of the most significant developments came with the arrival of Carlo Ancelotti. Very few managers in football history possess a resume that compares to his. League titles, Champions League trophies, success in multiple countries, the ability to manage elite players while maintaining stability and confidence within a squad. His influence has already begun to show. Brazil may not be the most spectacular team in the tournament, but they appear more balanced than they have in recent years. Their defense looks organized. Their midfield combines experience with intelligence, and their attacking options remain capable of producing moments of brilliance against any opponent. Perhaps most importantly, they appear comfortable playing different styles depending on the challenge in front of them. Championship teams often possess that flexibility. History may also be on their side. 3 of Brazil's 5 World Cup victories came when the tournament was held somewhere in the Americas. Familiar conditions, passionate support, and a football culture deeply connected to the region could all work in their favor. Nobody should be surprised if Brazil are still standing when the tournament reaches its final stages. But while football fans debate the obvious contenders, there is another team quietly attracting attention for a completely different reason. Mexico. Most predictions place them outside the group of genuine title contenders. Many analysts believe they will struggle once the competition reaches the knockout rounds. That may prove true, but dismissing Mexico entirely could be a mistake. Hosting a World Cup creates a unique environment. The energy becomes different, the pressure becomes different, and the support can transform ordinary performances into extraordinary ones. Mexico understand this better than most. They previously hosted the tournament in 1970 and again in 1986. On both occasions, they reached the quarterfinals. Now, they have an opportunity to create another memorable chapter in front of their own supporters. Manager Javier Aguirre has built a team that may not generate headlines every day, but it possesses qualities that often become valuable in tournament football. They're disciplined, they're organized, and they rarely make life easy for opponents. Strong defensive structures win matches in major competitions. Just as importantly, Mexico have enough attacking talent to punish teams that underestimate them. That combination makes them dangerous. Their group stage draw is far from simple. South Africa, South Korea, and Czechia each present unique challenges. None of those matches can be treated lightly. Progression is far from guaranteed. However, if Mexico can build momentum early, confidence will grow rapidly. And once a host nation begins believing something special is possible, the atmosphere can become overwhelming for visiting teams. The opening match could offer an early indication of their potential. Mexico enter the tournament in solid form, carrying an unbeaten streak that includes impressive performances against respected opposition. Confidence appears high. The supporters will be ready, and playing at home may provide exactly the boost they need. Of course, predictions are easy before a ball is kicked. Every World Cup begins with certainty. Every World Cup ends with surprises. That's what makes this tournament different from every other competition in sport. The favorites rarely have an easy path. The outsiders rarely stay quiet. And somewhere over the next few weeks, a team nobody expects today will capture the imagination of the football world. Maybe England finally break decades of frustration. Maybe Brazil complete their long-awaited return to the top. Maybe Mexico shock everyone and become the tournament's greatest story. Right now, nobody knows. What we do know is that the biggest World Cup ever staged is finally here. 48 nations, countless storylines, one trophy, and by the time it's all over, football may have delivered another chapter that nobody saw coming.